Hey guys, Zuki1 here. I got something a little different. This is the Cold Steel Axe Gang Hatchet. That's a little rotten. That's okay. Sometimes that's what you find. Alright, moving on. Alright, so we're getting some firewood so I can make my lunch. We're using the Axe Gang Hatchet. I don't know if that's all that's even dry. Alright. There we go. Sorry about the funky angle. I decided to leave my tripod at home today. It's one of the heaviest pieces of gear I carry. And I'm regretting it. Yeah, this stuff's good and dry. Alright. So we can try out my new fire kit here. Ooh, a little dirty there. Yeah, little backup plan I picked up on the way here. Whoa, thunder. It might get really wet here in a little bit. This stuff is wet, but we'll see how it does. Better get this fire going before it starts raining, or things might get a little tougher. Oh, jumped the gun a little bit. Well, there we go. I like this jute twine. This stuff works out pretty good. It's kind of got a little punkness to it if you don't unravel it. That's what just saved my butt right there. This stuff works pretty good. Just doesn't burn real complete. Alright, so we get some of this half-dry grass going. Oh yeah. Alright, I'm gonna get my fire going and get some lunch going before that cloud opens up. So I was cooking my lunch and kind of came across a nice little surprise. I have the Optimus Terra kettle, and I also have the Nalgene bottle. I don't know what you call it, like the canteen cup. Basically, a Nalgene bottle fits right inside there. And I was cooking my lunch, and I thought, man, it'd be really nice if it had a lid. And guess what? The Optimus lid fits on there perfect. So, neat little piece of information. Alright guys, I'm gonna eat my lunch. See ya. Yeah! Man, you can see it coming. You can just feel it getting dark. Wind's kicking up. Awesome. Just hunkered under some little twiggy brush underneath some pines. That way I'm not getting pelted too bad. Alright, I put this camera up for... Uh-oh. Yeah, it's already wet. Oh well. Okay guys, I'm going to finish this video out in my shop. And I mean, I've got plenty of footage from 4 outings that I've taken this axe on. 4 or 5 outings to, you know, fill up a 20-minute video of me chopping, you know, doing stuff like that. But I'm pretty much going to stop it there. You see me go through the whole, you know, from start to finish of making a fire. You know, I like doing that. It shows the versatility of the tool. You know, gathering the wood, chopping the wood, splitting the wood. You know, those are your heavy use things. And then all the way to, you know, making, you know, maybe a feather stick or something and striking your fire steel. And this thing is pretty well balanced. Performed all those tasks pretty well. You know, you can watch the video, decide for yourself. But I'm really stuck on this. I've done this video so many times now. I'm getting kind of tired of talking about this axe. Here's what it boils down to. I bought this axe because at first glance it's kind of similar to a Granfers Brooks carpenter's hatchet, but it's the price point for, you know, this guy's $30. This is like 120. So they both have, you know, they're about the same weight, 1.5 pounds, thereabouts. They both have straight handles. They both have, you know, relatively thin blades. They both, I've compared these two out in the field, kind of, you know, just trial stuff. This actually does pretty well compared to the Granfers. It doesn't do as good as, doesn't hold an edge as well. You know, things that you would expect from, you know, a quality tool that'll, you know, basically last your lifetime. So enough about that. The problem I ran into is when I received this axe, or my other axe, this one that's broken, the head was loose from the handle. And I put a, you can see that they're mounted different. Now this has got a softwood wedge in it and a steel wedge, the same as the Granfers Brooks, but they don't leave anything sticking above the head. like they do on this. And I think that helps keep the head from coming up the handle. And, you know, I did the video, and then my thought was, okay, now I'm going to remount the head. But somewhere in that thought process, I decided to put my mind at ease. I wanted to see how much abuse this thing could take. And I didn't put it on film, so you just have to take my word for it. Well, you don't have to, but, you know, it took 8 swings to against the shaft, the haft, and the chopping block that I was using. Now, it was an abusive test, it was a destructive test, but I want to know, you know, how well this would stand up to abuse like that. You know, if you miss, you know, when you're chopping out in the field and you hit the handle. Abusive, destructive test, yes. Was I swinging as hard as I could? No, I wasn't. And I guess that's why I'm kind of having a hard time doing this video. I'm trying to stay objective. And, you know, some people may never put their tools through this kind of abuse. So I'm just going to lay the facts out, and you guys can decide for yourself. You want my personal opinion? This thing's junk. And that's it. I would rather have a large knife. There's many things I'd rather have other than this thing. I don't trust it, and I don't think I could rely on it to get me out of a bad situation or, you know, whatever. Basically what it boils down to is the handle's just too small for this weight of head and this length of handle. And to shorten the handle up, you know, I mean, yeah, it would probably help, but I don't think it's going to solve the problem completely. Mounting the head properly, I don't think that's going to solve the problem completely. Basically, and it's not so much the handle. The handle's actually pretty stout. I think the majority of the problem lies in the fact that the head is only 5/8 of an inch at the widest point by 1.5 inch. And what that basically, you know, you see the handle itself is 7/8 by 1.5 inches. So they take quite a bit of material off. You can see the line there to mount the handle to the head. So those are the facts. I mean, that's what it is. They take a lot of material off. There's not much there to begin with. And you can see, you know, with the Granfers, now I don't have a problem with this. I'd throw this on my pack in a heartbeat. It's a great tool. I really enjoy it. But, you know, maybe you want something, you know, and this is for, you know, heavier projects, things of that nature. That's what I bought it for. But you can see there's a difference in size. Well, it's not showing up very good. But the measurements on this is 3/4 by 2 inch. So that should tell you a lot right there. And this actually, the handle is 2 inches shorter than the axe gang hatchet. So, yeah, I broke it. I broke it on purpose. You know, I mean, you can take that any which way you want. But my opinion is, after, you know, several outings with it, I just didn't feel confident that this thing would hold up to a lot of work. And I guess I kind of sped things up by abusing it all in one shot. I cut mostly pines and aspens, things like that. I mean, we don't have a lot of hardwood here. I think if you're chopping a lot of hardwood with this, it's going to break a lot quicker than, say, in my neck of the woods. So, I mean, I guess it's a big disappointment because it actually performed pretty well. That's where I'm at. So I'm going to leave it to you guys. You can you know, do with the information what you will. It's just too small of a handle for the head. And, you know, you might be able to open that up a little bit if you wanted to go through the effort of doing that. You know, maybe elongate this a little bit, custom make a handle for it. I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do with this. For me, it's not that big of an issue because I already have, you know, I already have this. So to me, to spend a bunch of time, I mean, that's quite a bit of work to get in there and grind that out big enough to put a decent sized handle on it. So there you go, guys. That's my review on the Cold Steel Axe Gang Hatchet. Performs well in the field, but I think it's very lacking in its design. I don't think it's a long-term tool. I don't think it's a quality tool at any price. I think it's just a, you know, maybe a novelty thing more than anything else. You know, it does throw pretty good, and it sticks with some authority. But you know, it's kind of like, I don't really care how well it performed if it's going to break. And this isn't like a tomahawk. It's not like you can whip a handle out. You know, I mean, you could. But it's definitely not going to be as easy as finding a new tomahawk handle. So, there you go, guys. I'm going to just leave it at that, and pretty much that's it. I mean, I've had a hard time trying to do this video because I wanted to stay objective about it. You know, I did break this on purpose. It didn't break on me out in the field, although I did have issues with the head coming off the handle. That could be fixed in any number of ways, but in the end, I don't feel like it's it's a piece of junk. I shouldn't say that. I mean, it's not really a piece of junk, but the design is very flawed, in my opinion. It's just my opinion. What do I know? You know, other people might not have issues with it. So, there you go, guys. Practice your skills, use your tools, know their limitations, stay safe. Leave a comment, leave a suggestion. Constructive criticism is always welcome. That's how we learn. And until next time, see ya.